All right, we're going to be reviewing NXT 2300 from November 6, 2024. And our first match is Jada Parker versus Lola Vice in a hardcore match. And your special guest referee is Dawn Marie, which is a huge surprise. So wasn't expecting to see Dawn Marie after all these years. And I gotta say, she ages like fine wine. She looks very good at her age. But basically how the match ended was Jada Parker smashes a brick over Lola's head for a 2 count, and then she connects with the super hypnotic, the ass attack to pick up the victory. So I thought that was a very legit hardcore match between both women. It looked brutal. And I thought these two, they work well together, I definitely want to see more hardcore matches with the women. So next, we get Wes Lee versus Javon Evans. And man, look, Javon Evans, that guy is definitely the real deal. And he's only 20 years old. I think he's going to be a huge star once he comes up to Raw or SmackDown, and I can definitely see him, taking Trick Williams' place on top of the card once Trick goes to Raw or SmackDown. But how the match ends, it ends with Evans rolls Lee back into the ring. Evans with hits the springboard cutter. He connects with the 5-star frog splash to pick up the victory. And then after the match, Evans celebrates the RVD. RVD basically helped Evans to win that match. Man, that springboard cutter is a thing of beauty. I gotta say that he hits it well all the time, except that one time where he miscalculated Randy Orton. But that wasn't really his fault. At that time, he couldn't really control himself in midair like that. But yeah, he definitely hits that springboard cutter legit, man. So next we see Ava, Mr. Stone, and Stevie Turner, and they're talking about Deadline coming up December 7th. Excuse me. Yeah, they're talking about Deadline coming out on December 7th. And, Mr. Stone, he's basically getting himself a lot of heat with the Philly crowd. And the lights turn dark. And Stevie Turner tells Stone to turn around, and Rhino nails Stone with a gore. So we see Rhino make a return. And he was just in the TNA Hall of Fame. So that was cool to see Rhino, the last ever ECW champion. And then our third match, we get Trick Williams, Bubba Ray Dudley versus Ethan Page and Ridge Holland. So this match, it ends with the match ends with Williams hitting rapid fire haymakers. And Williams uppercuts Holland. Williams sends Page tumbling to the floor and then whips Holland across the ring. And then Williams with the flapjack. Williams pops back on its feet, hits the bookend for a 2 count. Ethan goes for the ego's edge, but Bubba gets in the way. Bubba hits 3 haymakers, and Page nails Bubba with the pump kick. Williams connects with a leaping neck breaker. And then Trick looks to connect with the cyclone boot to Holland. William goes for the trick shot, but then Holland rolls him up to pick up the victory. Then after the match, Page and Holland gang up on Williams. Bubba comes to the aid. And then Bubba and Williams are treating Page like a punching bag. Bubba volley slams Page. And then they deliver the what's up spot. Bubba tells Williams to get the tables. And then Devon Dudley comes down to the ring with a table. And then Page begs for mercy but Bubba and Williams chokeslams Page through the table. And Devon gives Williams a special pair of Dudley glasses. They celebrate. Trick celebrates with the Dudley boys. So I thought that was a cool moment. But Ridge Holland, he pinned the NXT champion. So obviously, Ridge is up next for a title shot. So then we get the fourth match, Tony D'Angelo taking on Nunzio for the NXT North American Championship. So the match ends with Angelo putting Nunzio on the top of the turnbuckle, Nunzio with forearm shivers, Nunzio with the missile drop kick. He kicks Angelo in the gut. Then he delivers a Sicilian slice for the 2 count. Stacks gives Angelo a crowbar. The referee gets distracted by Rizzo and that other guy. I don't know his name. Angelo passes a crowbar to Nunzio. The referee admonishes Nunzio. Angelo connects with the spine buster to pick up the victory. And after the match, Angelo hugs out with the FBI. And so you're still your NXT North American champion, Tony D'Angelo. And then, our main event, the 5th match. We get that 10-women tag team match. Julia, Stephanie Vaker, Kalani Jordan, and Zaria and Jordan Grace taking on Roxanne Perez, Poor Jade, the Fatal Influence, in a 10-woman tag team match. I didn't see much of this match. I saw the very end of it. Basically how it all ended. Everybody comes in the match, gets all their moves in. You know how 10-man matches are. Everybody gets their moves and their spots in to kind of, get the crowd, pumped up. Perez kicks Zari in the face. Perez decks Grace with a back elbow smash. Zaria inadvertently spears Grace. And then Perez with a spinning back kick. Zaria blocks the pop rocks. Then Zaria connects with the F5 on Roxanne to pick up the victory. And so I guess the story coming out of this 10-woman tag team match is that Zaria inadvertently hits the spear on Jordan Grace. So there may be some tension with those women. But my thoughts are this, man. The women's division in NXT, I feel like, is the best women's division right now in all wrestling. I don't care what you tell me. Women's wrestling in NXT pretty much started an evolution to begin with. A revolution, I should say. But it's better than what the AEW women's division is doing. Better than Raw and SmackDown's divisions, and even TNA Knockouts division. And I think NXT has the strongest in-depth women's division going on right now. You got strong characters. You got really good wrestlers. And, there's just a lot going on in that division. So that's the review for NXT 2300. It was nice seeing RVD there. A lot of ECW legends showed up. It was definitely some nostalgia in this episode of NXT. And so that being said, that's my review, and I'm out.